All right, so on this page, you're dealing with arc length. Number 1 asks, in the circle, the length of the radius OB is 5 centimeters. And it also says the length of arc AB is also 5 centimeters. So what's the measure of angle AB? Well, if this arc and that angle are the same, the arc and the radius are the same, this is 1 radian. So the answer to this is 1 radian. The arc and the radius are the same, well, it's just 1 radian. What number 2? Number 2 says in the diagram below, the circle shown has a radius of 10 and an angle B intercepts the arc with the length of 2 pi. So if that's 2 pi, again, that's the 2 pi right here. The best way of answering this problem is to create a proportion. So that proportion I would use would be part over whole equals a part over whole. So that proportion can be used to answer any problem in any class. So what I'm going to think about is the part of the circumference I know is this part. So that part of the circumference is 2 pi. The whole circumference I can find. The whole circumference is going to be pi times diameter. The diameter is 20. So it's going to be pi times 20. Because the diameter will be 20. Twice the radius is 20. So the diameter is, the circumference is 20 pi. The part of the circle angle I don't know, so it's still B. But the whole circle has an angle of 360 degrees. So now I have a proportion that I only have to solve 1 variable for. So if I cross multiply, well, let's cancel these pi's right now. So if I cross multiply, I'll get 20b. So that's this product, and that product is 2 times 360, so that's 720. So to solve that for b, I divide by 20. 720 divided by 20. So b would be, these zeros cancel, so 72 over 2 should be 36. So b is 36 degrees. So that's in degrees. So if that's true, I need to change these degrees into radians. So to change degrees into radians, you multiply 36 times pi over 180. So that will give you, put that over 1. So that will give you 36 pi over 180. And that reduces, both of those are even, so I know I can divide them both by 2. So that'll give you 18 pi over 90. Those both are divisible by 9, so that will give you 2 pi over 10. And 2 over 10 reduces to be pi over 5, because 2 goes into both. So 36 degrees is pi over 5. So the answer choice for that one is pi over 5. We're on number 3. Number 3 says a dog has a 20-foot leash and is attached to a corner where the garage of the fence meet, as shown in a company diagram. When the dog pulls a leash and walks around the garage, the arc of the leash is 55.8 feet. So that arc is 55.8 feet. The arc the dog is walking about. It says, what is a measure of the angle theta between the garage and the fence? So we want to find that angle. So what we could do is, we could just rewrite this as, we know this is going to be part of a whole equals the part over whole. And if that's true, the part that we do know of the circumference is that it is, the circumference is, the part we know of is the arc is 55.8. They said the leash is 20 feet, so that means that radius is 20 feet. So that means that the diameter is 40. So I know that the whole circumference of the circle is 40 pi. And the angle we don't know, but it's out of 360 degrees. So if I solve this by cross multiplying, I would get, I don't really like using theta. I'm going to call it x. I don't want to use theta. So if I cross multiply it, I will get 40 pi times x. So that's going to be 40 pi x. And this is going to be 55.8 times 360, which is 20,000 20,088. Our goal is to solve for x. So if I solve that for x, I would divide both sides by 40 pi. So x would be 20,088 divided by 40 pi. I make sure it goes with parentheses on the bottom so my calculator doesn't misunderstand it. So that gives you x is about 159.9. And it wants to answer in radians. So I got to turn 159.9 degrees into radians. So we'll multiply that by pi over 180. And truthfully, since that's a decimal, I can plug that directly into my calculator. I can take my answer and multiply that by pi divided by 180. And that's about 2.79, which is answer choice B. So that's number 3. Number 4 says a wedge-shaped piece is cut out of a circular pizza. So basically, you got a slice of pizza. That's the wedge shape. The radius of it is 6 inches, so this is 6. And the rounded edge, so the crust, is 4.2 inches. And it asks to the nearest tenth, what is the angle pointed end of the pizza? So what is this piece? What does that measure in radians? So I can find in degrees and then convert those degrees into radians. So again, this is part of a whole equals a part of a whole. So that's going to be part of the circumference that we know, which is 4.2, over the whole circumference, and that's going to be the radius there is 6, so the diameter is 12. So the whole circumference is 12 pi. The angle we know is unknown. Let's use x. And the whole angle of the circle is 360 degrees. So this answer will wind up being 4.2 times 360 equals to 12 pi x. So if you're going to finish solving that for x, you divide 4.2 times 360 by 12 pi. You'll get x alone. If I divide this side by 12 pi, and the other side by 12 pi. So if I plug this part in my calculator, I should know what x is. So I'm plugging it in directly in the calculator, just like it says. So it should be 4.2 times 360 divided by 12 pi. That's 40.1 degrees. That's about 40.1 degrees equals x. I'm going to multiply that answer by power of 180. So I'm going to take 40.1, multiply that by power of 180, so I can turn it into radians. So that's going to be times pi divided by 180. And it's about 0.7. So it's about 0.7 radians. So that answer choice is answer choice A. So it's 0.7 radians. Going to the back at number 5. Number 5, once again, asking for an angle. So all these ask for an angle over and over, which is great, because it's a test question that deals with angles. In this picture, it says, as shown, the company diagram, a dial-shaped semicircle has a radius of 4 centimeters. The angle is what we're looking for when the pointer rotates and forms an arc, that is 1.38. So once again, I'm going to use the same ratio, which is part over whole equals a part over whole. And the part that we know of the circumference is 1.38, and the whole circumference, that radius is 4, the whole circumference is 8 pi. And the part of the circle we don't know is x, and the whole circle is 360 degrees. So if you cross multiply, you should get 1.38 times 360. That's going to equal to 8 pi x. And if you solve that for x, you should get 1.38 times 360. You divide by 8 pi, so 8 pi comes over here. That's going to equal to x. If you plug that into your calculator, it should be 1.38 times 360. And then that's going to be divided by, plug in parentheses, 8 pi. So in degrees, that's about 19.77 degrees. And to find out what that is in radians, I'm going to keep it just like it is. And we'll multiply that by pi over 180. So my radian measure is about 0.345 radians. So that answer choice would be 0.345 radians. There's no answer choices for it there, but that's true. And the last one is number 6. For the sake of time, this video has now crossed 10 minutes. I'll say number 6 for when we come to class. That's all I have. Good luck.